Oh man, my mouth is watering so much I can hardly speak at the moment. Thank you, Chef Michael. Yes, we are talking about the Australian Open. Served up some humdingers this year. Joining us in studio, Jeff Coetzee, my old friend, a family man who was getting very little sleep the last time that we had you in studio. First of all, how's 2013 kicked off for you?
Yeah, it's been very good. I mean, the baby's doing well and I'm doing really well. I'm leaving next month to go to Kazakhstan of all places. So yeah, I'm getting ready for some good action.
It's going to be a fantastic year. The tone has been set by the year's first Grand Slam. The Australian Open is always an interesting one. It's a rangefinder for our top guns. See who's going to be tussling it out for those top spots. Novak Djokovic ended last year on a high note. He picked up where he left off. Listening to him talk before this final with Andy Murray, the fact that he was expecting a war of attrition, he was expecting a five-setter, he was expecting to be pushed to his limit. He wasn't really. That first set looked a bit shaky, but he pretty much had plain sailing after the fact. What do you make of our men's final of the Australian Open?
Yeah, I mean, great stuff by Djokovic, absolutely sublime form. He had his chances in the first set, up 3-2 and then had a couple of break points, could have won it then. But a little passive and then ended up losing that first set. It cost him. And then Murray played some very good tennis, 100% first serve record. And then after that, it was just Djokovic all the way. You can see his mental attitude. He came back. He broke his first service game at 4-3 in the third set. And then just played really superb tennis.
But let's take it back a few years to the Novak Djokovic that was smashing rackets on court, that was losing the mental game almost every time. It's almost become a trademark of his performance now to fight back. He has those moments, he might give a little, but he seems to be able to get that mind back into the right place. And that ultimately is where Andy Murray is possibly lacking at the moment. He's playing the best tennis of his life, but the head doesn't seem to be in the right place.
Yeah, I mean, tennis, it's so mental. And then I think Djokovic just did a great job with fitness over the last couple of years, going into the so-called gluten-free diet. And obviously it's been working for him. Clearly, and that's where he's been lacking the last couple of years, to stay at the #1 spot. And his fitness is playing such a great part. So when he feels like it's in the really tough situations, he just feels like he's got so much energy and he can do it over and over again. And that's been happening the last couple of 18 months or so.
On the flip side of that coin, one of our greatest ever champions, Roger Federer, a lot of people talking about him moving into the next phase of his career. I'm loath to add my voice to that because he is such a hero of the game. Where do you see him in his career path at the moment? Could we be seeing a man moving into his twilight? Is he still as good as he has been for the last few years?
It's tough to write Roger off. I mean, first of all, semis again of Australian Open. He's just there all the time.
He does it by default, yeah.
Yeah, maybe he's not winning them, but I mean, last year nobody thought he would win Wimbledon, and he won Wimbledon. So, I mean, at 31 years old, the guy's won 17 Grand Slams. You can never write him off. This time was a little bit tough. Back-to-back. Tsonga played 5 sets against him.
Tsonga seems to pull them out against him as well. Yeah.
And then, the following day, not even 40 hours, 8 hours later, he plays Murray. And you could see in the fifth set, he was just a little bit that step slow, maybe, age. But, I mean, all credit to Murray. When he played really mentally, came through. Yeah. Against Federer.
Do you think that's what undid him in the game against Djokovic, the fact that he was carrying the physical stress of that game?
I think more so, that it's always tough to win a back-to-back 5-setter, especially in the semis. Look at Djokovic, he beat Ferrer 2-2 and 1. So he has a lot more rest than Murray, and Murray then finished up just past 1 in the morning. Those guys still got press, and by the time they go to bed, it's like 4-5. So you recover that day, then the following day, where Djokovic was already just chilling the whole day and the day before. So, I mean, it's tough on a Murray.
And you look at those long, especially with Djokovic and Murray having very long rallies, they were sprinting upwards of 80, 90 meters every single rally. That's sprinting 100 meters almost every point, which is ridiculous. Now, looking at the women's game, Azarenka, consecutive wins. She didn't really earn a lot of fans on the way there. A couple of controversial moments against Sloane as well, the Wunderkind under the shadow of the Williams sisters. What do you make of that young star in the ascendance?
I mean, she's going to be very good. She's going to be the next Williams sisters. I heard this through a friend, a couple of years ago. He's also her coach now, David Denkin, another South African. And, beating Serena there, it's not easy. I mean, once she beat Serena there, Azarenka was probably check, please, because, there's no way Serena's going to lose to Azarenka or Sharapova or Li Na in the semis or final. So all credit to Azarenka.
Now, from a South African perspective, we love to be able to watch one of our own, and one of South Africa's favourite sons was there and did better than he has ever, making it to the 4th round. Kevin Anderson now joins us on the line. Kevin, a very good morning.
Hey there, how are you guys doing? Jeff? How
Oh,
you doing?
fantastic, man. Very cool to connect with you. Thank you so much for connecting with us from across the globe. And congratulations. You must be incredibly proud of your efforts at this year's Open.
Yeah, it was a great tournament, as you said. It was the best result I've had at a Grand Slam. I had been to the third round a few times before, so it really meant a lot and was a great feeling to be able to go a little step further. Obviously, you always trying to go as far as you can. So, we'll keep that goal of trying to make it further in Grand Slams. But I think it was definitely happy with the little step that I took this last event.
I've got Jeff Coetzee here, an old mate of yours in studio. And I'm sure Jeff is also eager to connect and maybe ask you a question.
Yeah. Kevin, just how was the match against Burdage? Anything else you could have done differently?
It was a little bit. I think playing Thomas, I've played him a few times now, and I've always felt that just when I play him, he really doesn't give you a whole lot of time. He hits the ball, quite flat and quite hard, and I think that was the biggest thing. It just took me a little bit of time to adjust. You know how conditions can get in Australia. It was pretty hot. The ball was flying, and he wasn't missing a whole lot. And a few people afterwards came up and felt the same thing. Sometimes your perspective is a little bit different playing on the court, but the biggest thing in those sort of situations, playing those 3 out of 5 sets, is you just try to stay out there as long as you can and try to find some sort of opening just to get yourself back in it with a chance. And I felt I almost did that. I had, I think, 4 or 5 set points in the third set there. We had a really long tiebreaker, but just couldn't get one of those to try to give myself of getting back in the match. So yeah, it was tough. It wasn't maybe the ideal match I wanted to play, but definitely I felt I learned a little bit more from playing him again.
Kevin, it looks like you really have kind of capitalized on the big decision you made to base yourself further abroad. What are you expecting from 2013? 2012 was a fantastic year for you, ranking-wise, certainly. What's in store for 2013?
Yeah, as you said, it was, has been based abroad for a little while now. It's just really tough, doing so out of South Africa, just in terms of, traveling and stuff. But I think, since then, my biggest goal has just been to continually to improve, continue to work hard, and I felt like I've made little improvements along the way. So looking ahead at this year is just, definitely try to keep that trend going. I've sort of had my ranking around in the 30s now for quite some time, so it would be great to be able to push that up and finish the year top 20. And then, as far as each tournament goes, just try and improve some of my results. So, it was a great feeling doing that already in Australia. So we'll definitely look forward to the rest of the year and hopefully provide some more opportunities to do that. I've been able to win a title the last 2 years, so definitely that's the ultimate joy of playing. So that will definitely be on my radar this year as well.
Well, Kevin, thank you so much for joining us from literally the other side of the globe. All the best for 2013
Anytime.
and
Thank you so
congratulations once again.
Great. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Jeff. See you guys later.
That was Kevin Anderson joining us on the line. Jeff, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We look forward to a scintillating year of tennis. Hopefully we'll catch up with you before you go to Kazakhstan. But good luck. I suppose all I've got to say is a yirchmish. Nice to have met you. My brother, thank you very much. A fantastic showing from South Africa's Kevin Anderson in the Australian Open, making it to the 4th round, his best ever performance. But I think we can expect some big things from him this year. All right, we're going to continue having a lot of fun this morning. Why? It is Chocolate Cake Day on Expresso. Don't go too far. In fact, you can just go and get a cup of coffee. We'll be back in the kitchen shortly. Still lots to come.